You and we've been through a lot together. And I look back and I appreciate all the times that we had together.
So music gets me thinking. I talk a lot, guys, so I hope you're here for it.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome to the channel. I'm Jay.
I'm Jess.
And this is... Russell's React. Hit them like, share, bell, and subscribe buttons for me. Keep them comments coming. Y'all have been... Make sure you check out my playlist down in the description box to see any more of our reactions. You'll also find a link there to buy us a coffee to help support this channel. When you do, you can get an ASAP reaction from us of something that you want us to react to. I'm also now able to offer a membership where I'll give you a personal shout out in my videos. First name only unless you request something different, and I'll definitely accommodate. Plus, you'll get priority comment replies. So, hit that join button if you want to be a member of the Russell's React family. As promised, here's the shout outs. I want to say a thank you to Shannon for being my first member. That's amazing. I also wanted to recognize the coffee that she bought me a few weeks ago. This is the first time I'm giving shout outs for coffees, and I've got a few. So here's a big shout out to Sarah for buying us 5 coffees. That's a huge recognition, and we appreciate that very, very much. That buys me 1 and her 4. I also want to give a shout out to Christine. She bought us a coffee a couple weeks ago as well. Big shout out to you. And most recently, Shay bought us 3 coffees, so big thanks to you from her because I'll get 0 of those. And be sure that y'all that have already bought us coffees as well, make sure y'all tell us what you want us to react to. We'll get to it. And if anybody that hasn't done it yet wants to buy us one and give us a suggestion, we get right to it. That's ASAP. So another shout out I want to give is somebody who reached out to me on my channel, and I really dug his music. He's a music creator that he reached out to me, gave me his channel. I've reacted to a couple of his videos, so make sure you check those out. He's called Exile the Wanderer. I'm going to drop his name right here. You're going to see it scroll by right now. Well, it'll go like this. Y'all make sure you go to his channel, check out his content, and he's got an album that he said he's putting out, and he's putting it out. He's very heavily NF influenced, and that's why I wanted to shout him out on this video in particular. I've enjoyed reacting to it. If you watch a couple of my reaction videos, you'll see him, but check out all of his content on his page. This is number 5 on our NF journey. NF. This one is called Notepad. So... someone told me in the comments something I did not really think about, but that the mansion scheme of different things, I guess, that he goes through in his whole catalog is pretty much the mansion, like the different rooms and stuff in the mansion, is something that's going to be schemed throughout the rest of his catalog. Someone told me that, so I think that to be true. It sounds like that's probably how that goes, and I've asked them a couple times, the people that have been real supportive in the comments. Bear with us as we learn this. Yep. My wife here is the one that exposed me to it. I had no idea what's going on, and I'm really diving into it pretty hard. She's already known who NF is and is learning stuff herself. So, there's directions that he goes as an artist that we weren't aware of at all. So, learning all this and taking this journey is huge for us, and we like it, and we appreciate all y'all's support. So, also, never forget to go support these artists on their own channel, this one being NF. Make sure you go support him and all the content that he has and any way that he has for y'all to support him. And if you're here for it, let's get it!
You and we've been through a lot together. And I look back and I appreciate all the times that we had together. I remember just going down in my room and, trying to deal with some things. And you've always been there for that.
He's talking to his notepad, ain't he?
Always. It's me and you.
You and I been best friends ever since I was a young kid. Everything we did, where's time went? Got a lot of years coming up ahead of us, and ever since we met, I knew we'd get somewhere. But the fact is, I ain't really know when. I don't really know how either, but I can feel the goosebumps, my skin right in. I've been waiting for the moment. You and I can make it happen. A lot of people strikes us. We don't care if they do like us. Writing songs for the haters we ain't even got yet. Freestyling, somebody turn the mic up. Talking about things.
I like that what he said right there. He's talking to the haters we ain't even got yet. So I like it. I mean, I think we figured it out right off the rip. You know,
He's talking about his notepad.
yep, not being that deep. He's just straight up saying, you know, it's me and my notepad, and we got that from that one video that we did. All I have, you know, it's me and the mic. It's me and the music. It's you know, me and my thoughts. It's everything. Just it's him and this, and I love that. I like that, and I just like that little bar he said right there. That was pretty neat.
Freestyling, somebody turn the mic up. Talking about things we don't really understand. Talking about things we don't really comprehend. Me and you trying to get it, we ain't quitting to the end. Now I'm standing on stage trying to give it to the fans.
Took that karaoke machine from my room, and
he does it. I'm gonna run it back. He does that. Ren does that. There's a couple other people doing it, and they go, ah. I don't know. It's just putting that energy in it, and you can feel it.
we took that karaoke machine from my room, and we put it up to the CD player and played the instrumentals, and man, we've come a long way. A long way.
I made a lot of mistakes, you been there for the whole thing. Help me with the drama, rapping in the car outside daily. We don't care if it's a winter, we don't care if it's a summer. I remember writing raps with the curse words. I just wanna hear it, seems like everybody does it. Did it for a while, wasn't into all the customs. Tried to find who I was, being everything I was in real life, yeah. Got a lot of anger, you know where I'm at. Put it all over the pages and wrote it in the rap. Said that we could be amazing if I give us a chance. Now I'm looking around like, yeah, look at where we at. Look at where we at now, we ain't made it yet, but they can hear us in the background coming. Some are gonna hate it, some are gonna love it. I'ma put it in his hands and let God do the judging, yeah. Remember me and you, always had you in the backpack. Took you into school, writing on you like it's nothing. A lot of people in the room see me scribble on the page, but they ain't got a clue, nah, they ain't got a clue. We at the beginning, hoping someday you and I can say we made it and we did it. You ain't nothing but a notepad, tell me who you kidding. I'm just running out of space, I'll be back in a minute, turn the page on me.
You know what's crazy is, this just started as something that was an escape for us, you know? And now
Something I wanted to say about the whole cussing thing, it was I think one of the first things that you told me about in F is like, you know, he doesn't do any cussing in his raps and stuff.
Songs.
And then I later learned that, you know, he's a Christian rapper, and then it's like, no, he's not a Christian rapper, he's just a rapper that's Christian. So, you know, there's all kinds of different ways to look at it, but you know, most importantly, he's putting out music that, for one, gets people thinking, and for two, gives music to people that, you know, understand that there's people out there like them too, and you know, it makes it relatable. Relatable is a key word. Like if I could retitle my whole channel just relatable music, I would probably do that, because that's the kind of music that we've really been getting into a lot.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the music, and that's what I like. If I want to listen to unrelatable music, I'm gonna turn on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna turn on the radio. I'm gonna hit top 100. You know, just the regular music that everybody wants to hear, but it's not really relatable. It's just all goofy stuff or bad stuff, really. So I'm really enjoying this stuff that we're doing right here. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, well, it goes right along with the not cussing stuff, is you remember when we was growing up and we heard Eminem. We're Eminem fans, you know. I mean, lifelong Eminem fans. He's been very influential on music. But one thing that I also grew up liking Will Smith. So I always found myself, even as a teenager, being in this predicament. It's like, well, do I need to not like one because one don't like the other, you know, this or that? But when Eminem put out that line, you know, Will Smith don't have to cuss in his raps to make records. Well, I do. So F him. F you too, you know, da-da-da. And it's like, you know, that's kind of a hard line, but at the same time, Eminem does his own thing. Will Smith does his own thing. And, you know, did you know Will Smith's coming back around?
Yeah.
He's coming back around, putting out music again. Come on, we may have to get on that right now. I don't want to go off on a sideways thing right here. We're here for NF. But just to go back to this, like, you know, people put in cuss words just because they think they have to.
They think it's cool.
Yeah, or they think it's cool, or this and that. Man, talk about what you want to talk about. And that's what NF's doing right here.
Yeah.
So, just That's a lot of my thoughts. When music gets me thinking, I talk a lot, guys. So I hope you're here for it.
This just started as something that was an escape for us, you know? And now I look around and there's a lot of people out there going through the same things, you know, we've been through. And now this music we write is actually making an impact. It's crazy.
Making an impact for sure.
Can you imagine NF? What's his name? Nathan? Nathan.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the very first time? Go back in time to the very first time he decided to pick up a piece of paper and write his first piece of music. And then, I mean, look, there's one sheet on the ground right here in this video, but just a second ago there was a stack that was as tall as him. Like,
stacks on stacks.
how much has he wrote? But, you know, if you think about it, it all come from a beginning. There was a start.
Yep.
That's so crazy to me. But it's with everybody. Anybody that's built anything like that, it's always a start. And this is NF's. Look at all that. I like all the kick in this.
And that's real music.
Yeah. That right there was a good one, guys. I don't think there was much deepness to that one. You know, he was literally telling his story about how, you know, him and his notepad, like that was his best friend. That's who he related to. That's how he got his music out. You know, that's how he got his feelings out and his thoughts out.
Well, I will say, a couple of years ago, I had a notepad too, but it wasn't music.
I was about to say, you got some music? We're gonna have to we'll have to do something with it. It's always good to put it down on paper, guys. I don't care what all you're going through. You know, you put it down on paper, it helps you release it. Mm-hmm. Does it not?
Mm-hmm.
And
then I burn it.
Well, it's nothing, you know, it's personal stuff. So some people take it like NF, you know, they take and spill it out to the world. And some people, you write it out and get rid of it and it just gets it out of your head and stuff. So there's all different kinds of ways to handle that. So that's just for you guys out there. Anytime you need to get rid of something, you know, writing is a huge, huge way to be able to do it. Until next time, guys, peace out.